Hi everyone, I'm Diane and this is my channel for learning to paint the natural world in watercolour. Every day I paint in my studio and share fun and helpful projects like these with you, full of ideas for painting the natural world with a touch of magic. As well, I have loads of tips to share and inspiration. So why not click subscribe and join me here to start your wonderful watercolour journey. Hello everyone, I'm going to have a doodle. I'm not feeling very inspired at the moment, so in order to break my chain of non-inspiration, I'm going to just doodle. Then I'm going to colour the doodle in. And I'm incapable of making any decisions at the moment, so I can't even decide whether to use a pen or a pencil. So I'm going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a fisher, let him go. If he hollers, you don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pen, okay. So I have got here a painting I did a while ago, which was Doodle Birds, I called it. And it was exactly that. So today I'm going to do doodle butterflies. And I'm just literally going to draw some leaves and some flowers and some butterflies. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to hope that inspiration strikes. Or maybe I need a bee. Sometimes you just need a bee, don't you? We had a bit of an episode today. Tamsin was just about to go to the post office and we went out to get the car out, which is in the field with the sheep. And one of the lambs, one of this year's lambs, was literally jammed underneath the car. I couldn't believe it. This was Jerome. Jerome is the lamb that nearly died when he was born. He then proceeded to nearly get himself killed by getting his head stuck in the gate. And I nearly killed him. I nearly took his head off. It was awful. I'll never forget that. He just went to the hinge of the gate and put his head through the gap. And I went to open the gate. And luckily, I was just I counted because they were still very small, and I was counting them to make sure every time I went anywhere that I didn't lose one. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the heck's the other one gone? And I looked to the hinge of the gate and oh my God, and I didn't know what to do because I was afraid if I opened the gate, I would crush him and break his neck. And if I closed the gate, I would do the same thing. So I screamed for Tamsin. And luckily she was not too far away. And she was able to come out and save his life, or my life. Oh, well, God, it was awful. And anyway, so that was that. But then today, who is it who's got himself stuck under the car? Jerome, honestly. And we were, both of us on our stomachs, crawling under the car, trying to get hold of a part of the sheep that we could grab and pull him out. He did not want to come out. I don't know how long he'd been there. He could have been there all night. Hope not. Honestly. This is not what's supposed to happen with sheep. They're not meant to do that. But, so that was this morning. So I don't know what's going to come of this little sketch. Feels as if I want to do a flower here somewhere. Have those days, don't we, when you just, I don't know, nothing flows, and then other times, I don't know, isn't it strange? I think the best thing to do is not to think about it too much and just do it. I'm going to put a bird in here. The bird seems to want to become... That's the only problem with YouTube. You know, it's great and I'm really enjoying doing it, and it's making me do paintings that I would never have otherwise done. But there is a certain amount of pressure. It's good pressure, like I say, because otherwise I wouldn't do anything. I would just sit around at home cleaning the floor or whatever. But it's pressure nevertheless. And some days it's, you're like, I don't know if it's because my husband's away. I don't think so. I mean, maybe I feel more relaxed because he's not here. And then we did have that owl in the garden. I hope that's okay. Baby owl. I mean, really. It fell out of its nest, I think. I think they both did. They were nesting in the chimney of the neighbours next door. I don't know if they fell out or whether they jumped. Anyway, there he is. The more you do this kind of sketching, the better you'll get at it, and the more you'll be able to just play around and enjoy. I don't think people should take sketchbooks too seriously. There is a YouTube channel out there where somebody is saying that a sketchbook should be art. Well, if the sketchbook is going to be your main art, what's going to be your sketchbook? I don't know about that. We've been practicing these shapes, haven't we, for a little while now. And, you know, drawing the birds and drawing flowers and so on. So they should be starting to be a little bit more automatic. They should be, but of course, when you're having a day like today, that's about the last thing that's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to put some colour on that. I am going to go for quinacridone gold. I'm going to use a fairly large brush, quinacridone gold and hooker's green or sap green, and I'm going to put in I've just realised I've picked up the wrong brush. That's a Daylon, that's a ROWNEY. I don't like that. I prefer my Japanese ones. Have a much better point. It does make a difference, and I suppose that's something I don't know whether all of you realise just how much difference it makes which brush you use. I'm convinced that my painting improved when I changed to these Japanese brushes. So I don't know what all of you are using. I like to just pick up random colours, just to have 3 or 4 colours on my desk, and then I just paint the birds with whatever comes to hand, and then just let it happen rather than trying to control everything. And then once I get a sort of theme going, then I go back and, you know, like do it the other way around, for example. And then for the leaves, we just want a very loose mixture. Don't mix it thoroughly, just have all sorts of colours on your brush, and then just put the leaves in. Change it every time. Every time you run out of paint, pick up something different. Don't try too hard. Splash it on. These gorgeous colours. It's gorgeous. Don't always have to have the lines there. You can just go in and do some leaves like that, and then you can put the lines in afterwards if you want. We'll do reddish brown centres to the daisies, because we've sort of settled on that as a theme. And then we'll do the butterflies in a similar kind of yellowy thing. Maybe put some green around and see what happens. Then the next one we might do sort of reddish colour, grey, and then we might put some real purple on the edge, make these ones kind of dark vintage looking. We need to consider the bee. He's going to be purple rather than black. Another butterfly here in those kind of shades. I know they're not realistic. Put some more on you. Put some more on you. Makes me think of hoverfly rather than bee. There we are. And let's see. I'm going to pick up a pen again. I think we need to delineate these a bit. Do we need another bee? I think we probably need another bee up here. call them bees, but it could just as easily be a hoverfly or something like that, couldn't it? Purple middle. And I'll wait for him to dry, and then we will put in something yellow. And should we put another butterfly here? So that should be, what colour? Should we make that green? And we'll have a few more flowers over here. I learned how to draw feverfew the other day, and I'm quite keen on that now. Leaves like jaggedy things. And then we have yellow in the middle, nice and strong. Nice and strong with purple for the shadow, and then greenish for the leaves. Need a couple of leaves there. Okay, and then a tiny bit of pale blue for a little bit of shadow. That's too dark. There's my blue there. Just a little bit. Mustn't forget the wings on the bees. Ruby, if you sit behind me, that's what's going to happen. So there we are. I think that will do. I think that's enough. Very close to being enough. Anyway, I'll need to put a bit more body in there. Maybe we will give the birds a little bit more beak. Maybe we'll put some dots on there. Play around with it a lot. You could put some more shadow in, but I quite like that, quite like the freshness, and it was a loosening up exercise, as I said, so we're not going to play anymore. I think I'm loosened up. I really need a cup of tea. So I'm going to call that done. And yes, tomorrow I'm going to show you how to make a decoupage background for butterflies. We'll paint butterflies on top of a decoupaged background, and this is something that you could use if you have a sketchbook you want to cover, any book really, and Works out really well if you use Mod Podge. It's kind of waterproof, but you can paint on it, and it looks really good. So I think I might do that. I think I've already filmed that, but I'll do that tomorrow. So bye for now, everybody. See you again soon. Bye bye.